the mind is a really good way to pave a path for the future. But at the same time, the mind is also really good at creating so many different stories of the future. Yeah. What you said about when you think about the ABC of having everything figured out, planning everything out, it starts to generate anxiety. That is exactly, in a way, our downfall, because that's a very mental route. And the mind is a really good way to pave a path for the future. But at the same time, the mind is also really good at creating so many different stories of the future that we stop from doing anything. I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure we talked about this a few times. If you knew all the things that were going to happen from the moment that you left home to where you're now, would you have done them? In the same way, it's kind of like if I were to ask the question, can you tell me exactly the ABCs of how you burned out or how you find yourself in this situation? You probably would struggle because you don't really know the details of it. You just know that you took this route and that route took you here and then you went there and now you find yourself here. It just kind of happened. You can see the pattern, but if you had to plan it, you probably wouldn't know how to recreate it because there's so many different variables that happen. So in a similar way, instead of concentrating on, okay, I got the entire plan vision, let's go, especially what COVID is showing us is we can plan all we want, but the future is very uncertain. Anything could happen. So let's take baby steps. Let's do what we can do now and progress further. We have a goal or where we want to go for sure, but to have it planned out, mapped out completely, it kind of limits also our opportunities. Like Einstein said, we can't really exit our problem with the same tool that got us into that problem. So when we are in a situation where we feel stuck and we try to plan out our escape route, we can't really plan it fully without failing because we're planning with the tools that got us in that mess before. And it's kind of like being in prison and you go, okay, so I got to prison because I committed theft. So let me try to steal in order to get out of prison. That doesn't work. You need to completely rethink and observe the system that you're in, the environment that you're in order to go, okay, I cracked it. I need to do X, Y, and Z. But you don't know what X, Y, and Z are until you do first X and then Y, because you're closed in a cell. So your environment is confined to that reality. So, there's imagine that you're in this cell. You don't know the pattern or what the guards are doing or how the structure is laid out outside of your cell because that's your reality. So first you need to get out of the cell. Then you need to observe what's happening around that first block. When you're in that block, you realize where's the next door to exit. So slowly you start to build the sequence of going, this is my plan. But to do that, you're actually doing something. You're not sitting and planning in your mind. You're actually taking the steps that guide you towards creating that plan. So as you're doing, you're seeing the structure of your ABC plan because you took the first step, A, then you took the second step, B, and now you can go, okay, I get a sense of where C is going to be. But you kind of need to build that, in a way, history and trust with yourself that you're going the right way. If you can unlock the first door, maybe you can unlock the second door. But if you're stuck in your cell thinking, I need to unlock all of these doors and I need to maybe create a tunnel here, like you get stuck. You get almost stuck by the weight of too many possibilities. And there's a great study on too many possibilities actually hinder us. They paralyze us. So in a way, it's really actually to be minimal with our future and to concentrate with the essential things. So like you're saying, let me just concentrate first on my health. Great, I can do that. Let me concentrate and get my house done. Okay, I can do that. That's your first step, A, then your step B, and C is going to come. It's like, okay, I want to feel nurtured. I just want to feel, like you said, I just want to feel rest in my body. Okay, how do I achieve that? That's C, and C will come out. It could be something completely different, because you're allowed seed to be open. So you're inviting that emotion, that energy into your body, and asking, how do I achieve this feeling? And that's allowing the intuition to step in and to bring more elements to the table.